Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to have some fun with the bird. I wanted to show you guys my current fastest kind of farming team that I've got at the moment for the bird. Now you guys seem to really enjoy my different deer video with the demons the other day, so I'm hoping you guys enjoy this one as well. Now a bit of pre-warning, these teams are a little bit more built than my other teams just because these are good units, but this is probably the fastest team, pretty much. Like, you probably swap out one of these units, which I'll explain in a second, but this is like my fastest farming team I've had for the deer, and I did it the other day with some good RNG, and I cleared it through in like 8 minutes, 7 minutes, something crazy. So I actually timed it. So we'll see how we go this time, but this is actually the team I'm currently using to get through the deer. So this team does rely heavily on Roxy, so if you guys don't have Roxy, it will make it a little bit more difficult. Well, I mean, you pretty much can't do the strat that I'm going to be doing. Then I got Brunhild, and then I've got Esterosa. Keep doing that. Escanor. So obviously, hopefully you guys have Escanor by now. He's been in a couple of banners, and he is definitely the most powerful unit in the game. Got Magelda, and then I've got Roxy, and then Brunhild as well. So Brunhild is here for the Power Strike cards, and I'm running her with attack crit, but I want to say half crit chance. Yeah, half crit chance, half attack rolls. So 18% isn't that great, but it takes me to just under 100% crit chance. So I should probably re-roll those a bit higher, but can't really be bothered. So Brunhild always gets targeted in this, so I always give her Tamil Link, extra crit chance on Escanor with Merlin Link, and then I've also got Roxy with Sariel Link, and then extra damage on Magelda just because we can. So stats are equipment running, attack crit, attack crit, attack crit, and attack defense. And then links are HP defense. I gotta change that to HP defense actually. Attack crit, attack crit, attack crit, just for the extra stats. So let me quickly switch this over. I am. There we go. I said I'm also running the deer card set as well, just for the extra stat boosts, and we're rocking at about 282k CC. So this team just goes so fast, and I'll show you guys kind of why. So basically, with the 3 humans on the team, we're pretty much always guaranteed that Roxy is going to crit, and then obviously with the crit chance rolls and the extra crit chance crit chance rolls on Brunhild, and the extra crit chance with the Merlin link on Escanor, we're critting a lot. Brunhild is the slight weak link in this team, I will be honest with you guys, but she's here for the Power Strike cards. The healing ult is quite nice as well. But yeah, so basically the idea is we just crit a lot. So we get the extra death damage. You guys have seen probably my Roxy video before where I brought her to the bird. And it should hopefully kill, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we one-turn that first part. So I have brought Roxy to the bird before, and you guys will see kind of how awesome she is at the bird. But here I'm just going to literally... So I'll pretty much just save... just do... I can get Roxy ult here. So I'm just going to save my Power Strike cards for the final phase. This should just one-shot. No crits from Brunhild, which is a little bit annoying. She does crit once we have the stat boosts as well. But yeah, this is pretty much the team. So your idea is just to crit single targets all the way through, get the extra damage, bypass the damage cap, and just kind of roll them. So I actually don't want to merge those. Just 2 single targets is enough. The one problem with this team is because you pretty much just one shot each phase. We'll get some here, but there's no real chance to get the Holy Relic propped to get additional stats and stuff. So we'll get it now here, which is good. But you know, it's not. Yeah, we just kind of fly through it. So we should be good now going into. And of course, with all this additional crit death damage, we're just going to be totally fine for concentrating. Bear with me, team. Do I want to do that? So I've got ult for final fight. Sure. Um, so yeah, basically just crit and get the extra death damage, and it just helps us to bypass all these different damage caps. You do want to stop every so often, so you can get obviously the proc from Gelder's Holy Relic and her passive ability. This should work if you don't have Gelder's Relic, to be honest, because you should heal to full most of the time anyway, just because of the level of damage you're pretty much doing, right? And I'm thinking this should kill. See, not sure. We don't have enough damage. We don't have a lot of. Only 100k. That's not great. So see what I mean? Like Brunhild's definitely the weak link. You could probably maybe swap her out for like Trader Melee. Brunhild had just done a little bit more. We would have been alright. This is the thing. She's pretty squishy. But as long as we do, I'm gonna try and hit him with this. Try and get the heal off. If not, we'll finish with all this stuff, so we'll be fine. But yeah, this is basically, and there's the death damage, right? So it only hit 64k, but because we hit the crit, we did an extra 60k as well. So it actually basically happens within one frame. So that's what you've seen, that weird reaction there, is because yeah, we basically did 60k damage, which wasn't enough, but then we had the additional death damage. So Brunhild's definitely lower on HP than I would have liked her. So like I said, she is a little bit of the weak link here. So like I said, maybe swap her out to Trader Melee, because the extra, like the extra damage you don't necessarily need. But what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to save the big, you know what, I might actually heal. Stuff it. I'm going to save the big single targets from Roxy and Hraesvelgr just for the next phase, because obviously it's the taunt phase, or the death damage phase, depending on how you guys think about it. There's the crit, there's the extra damage. So you go from 85k to 140k, right? So it's just very nice. It's very nice. I would have liked another heal card, just to keep Brunhild a little bit more alive. But this is why she has Tamio Link. So we should get enough from this, where what I'll do is I will merge these, and then I'll let her do some... What? We're actually just gonna... Do I have faith that this is gonna kill? Too much faith, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Nope. So now we got the crit, and then there's the damage. So perfect. So she's also helpful here just because she's got the healing ult. So what we'll do is we'll use the healing ult. Or simply just do that. Well, let's throw that away, and then we'll finish with that. Gonna crit? No, we're gonna do damage cap, which is good. That'll crit. Extra damage. So this is like the easiest part, right? Just because the amount of extra death damage you have, damage caps just basically don't be a thing. And look, I know Bird is older now, like I get it, and this is a lot easier to do. But it just, yeah, this just kind of makes it so much easier. And it becomes so fast just to kind of roll your way through it. And like, I'm stopping to talk to you guys obviously as well, so like, if you are just doing this by yourself, you'll probably be able to go through this so fast. Like I said, you do need the team decently invested into that extra damage from the finger. Death damage is just wild. Good. I actually didn't want that to kill, because I want a little bit of lifesteal from Brunhild here. There's 100k, that would have jumped up to 160k, right? And look, it's even more if you've invested in Roxy a bit more than I have. I think I've just got her, like just like one of her cosmetics invested into, I'm pretty sure. So here we go, just do this. And because of all this additional death damage, this is way enough. Except Brunhild just refuses to crit. There's what crit. So 72 suddenly becomes 150, right? So now the concern of death damage is just not a thing. Or the concern of damage caps just basically isn't a problem, right? So we hit 212, so that would have been like over 300 with Escanor. So look, this does depend on you guys having obviously Roxy and Escanor and like Brunhild decently invested into. Said you could bring Trader Melee instead of Brunhild, or if you have another hard-hitting human that you like to have. I literally think every single video that I've recorded for you guys, I've sneezed in recently. I don't know what the heck's going on. But if you have another human that you've invested in that's hard-hitting, I like to bring her because she's got the healing ult, and then she's got the power strike for the end of that fourth phase, floor 1. But, you know, it's kind of one of those things. Now, this phase is a little bit tougher, just because the bird becomes quite tanky here. And then, like, can hit quite hard on Brunhild. So this is, yeah, again, this is like it's such a fast clear team, but it is a bit of a glass cannon. You have no like taunt, right? You have no damage reduction from Trader Melee. You've literally just, well, good, we got a lot of heal cards, which is nice. So this will just increase our basic stats. But you do take a bit of damage still, right? So Brunhild takes that. But what we'll do is I'll probably, like we take a lot of damage. We take a lot of damage. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to hit him with double heal. And then I'm just going to do double finger. So luckily we do have a lot of heal cards. And we are healing up quite a lot. So my stats on Escanor are quite high now. 142 suddenly goes to 241. 152 goes to 254. So we're doing an extra 100k damage just by pure fluke, right? So again, hurts a lot more than it should. But just because of that extra like amount of damage and stuff we're doing, and I got lucky with heal cards, we just glass cannon our way through basically. So here I'm going to do this. I'm actually going to do... I might be too... I think I'm probably too confident in this. So I'm going to throw away this card just in case. Like I said, the thing is for this is you want to speed your way through the damage, because if you're not... 44k, this will be fine. You're not tanky. But, I mean, we're, I think, 4 minutes in from when I last checked. I think we've gone through like a floor and a bit, right? So, that's the hardest part of this phase done, because the bird's very, very tanky at this point. Alrighty then. Have a level 3. So I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. And this is it basically all the way through. So again, Miguelda's here obviously for the stab boost. You could maybe try it with another damage cap. That's nice. You can maybe try it with like another human instead of Miguelda, but it's not really necessary. And her increase in damage is just so helpful. See, sometimes I'm like, oh, that's close. It's not going to quite do it. And he's going to delete some cards now. Yeah. Deletes Ultimate Cage. So if your Brunhild's low at this point and you don't have ult, it can get a little bit annoying. Like I said, I obviously got lucky with all my healing cards, but if you push her ult for this part, you'll have no problem. What I'm going to do is literally just move some cards around. So I'm actually going to save my big finger for the final phase, just in case we get the crappy passive, which is the Overcome Crisis thing. But at this point, we're kind of just on cruise mode. You know what I mean? We're just eating cards at them until they die. To be honest, I could probably just push Escanor ult for it. But even at 105k damage, I can still immediately do more. You know what I mean? Just because of the death damage. So obviously at level floor 3, he's tankier. The bird's tankier. But and if your team is doing this and you're over 300k, then you are just going to absolutely fly. If you're below, obviously it'll take you a little bit longer. You know, higher CC goes faster, lower CC goes slower. I mean, shock, right? But I'm hoping this gives you guys an additional kind of idea on how you can do this. Now he is going to buff here, so I do want to kill him this turn. So I think what I'm going to do is just this. Don't know if I should be this confident. I'm just gonna waste it just in case, because we get ult then as well. So again, this team's better to be safe than sorry, because you kind of can get lucky cards, right? Yeah, we should be fine. Because you're waiting, because you've got both single targets from Roxy and Escanor, which can do a decent chunk of damage. You can kind of be happy with both of them and not really have too much of a problem. Okay, so we've got the full revive, which is fine. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to absolutely go in with all my cards. And it's pretty much, so there's damage cap. No, we need damage cap, but extra damage. Right. So I got lucky with my Roxy. My Roxy's 4/6. There we go. So the 461k is because of this, the amount of damage that the Escanor finger does additional. You just fly. Like, absolutely just fly. I'm going to heal up just for this final part, just because I can. But we're basically done. Right, so like I said, it is a bit glass cannony, and you do need to be careful if you bring Brunhild, because she gets targeted and she can get decently low, unless you push her ult or get some heal cards. But it's as simple as that. And this is just my favorite bird team at the moment. I don't really have too many relics to go, so I'm kind of just farming the remainder ones. I think I've got like 4 to go, so I'm just trying to get it done as quickly as possible. And this is the team I used to do it. So like I said, I hope this is a little bit different for you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm not sure if you've tried it already. It's probably not quite as different as my Demon Deer video, and you will still need to have some units a bit more invested in than that Demon team. But it's fast, it's quick, you get the job done, you're nice and glass cannon, you're lots of fun, you do lots of damage, you bypass damage caps. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. So yeah, that's it for today. Nice and short and quick. That's probably one of the shortest Demonic Beast videos I've ever done, because it's a speedrun team. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you've tried it and you like it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.